We're in the back of the 4Runner tonight. So this is a fire extinguisher I installed in here quite a while ago, probably 1998 or something like that. It's a 6-pound extinguisher and it came with this bracket. There's nothing that holds the bottom here, and you have to keep a bunch of foam rubber on there. And you can see since the last time I replaced it, this foam's kind of dried out and crumbled away. And the thing is really rattly and noisy. And then when I took it off here, it's down on the recharge line. And these things, they say they're good for maybe 6 to 12 years. Yeah, I don't see the date code on there, but I think it was 1997. So that thing's like over 25 years old, and they won't refill it or recharge it. And I think the plastic is starting to go. You can see the gauge moves a little bit, and if you press it just right, you can hear the gas leaking out of it. So I think this one is gone. But anyway, I'm gonna pick up a new fire extinguisher. So one thing I need to do is measure the diameter of this roll bar tubing and then see if I can find a roll bar type mount. Got the new bracket and fire extinguisher installed there. That's a 2.5-pound extinguisher. Yes, so far I think this will work. I do need to get my high lift jack back in here because that's my high lift jack mount, and I'm not sure exactly what angle I'm going to put the high lift jack at. Before, it used to go down to the floor, but I'm thinking of tipping it up. It might get in the way of the release there on the extinguisher, so I have the option. I can flip it upside down and put the release on the outside. Okay, I decided to flip the fire extinguisher bracket around so the release knob is over here on the outside. So yeah, that way it's clear of my high lift jack. It doesn't matter where I put the high lift. I'm thinking of making a bracket about the level of the bed rail so that the high lift will be kind of at that sort of angle. That way it keeps everything down here where I want to do the cargo deck down below, and that way the jack is not in the way of that. And then I was also thinking on the fire extinguisher, right now I have the screen sides on, but when I go off-road, which is probably where that extinguisher would most likely be needed, I'll have the sides off, and that way the knob on the outside is just right there. You can just walk up to the side of the truck, pull the knob, the extinguisher comes out, and it's also, since it pivots there, it's not going to drop. I have room to pull the knob out that way, even if I have the solid side with the window on it. So that should still work. I think that's going to work. So yeah, there we go. I think that is a better solution. It does rattle a little bit. One thing on this bracket, there's little spring-loaded ball bearings in there that take up some of the slop, but the main noise is this hole here is a little bit oversized. I'll see if this becomes a problem. I mean, there is a little bit of wobble there. The pin's a little bit smaller than the hole. They probably do that to make it easy to get the pin in. Of course, you don't want the pin sticking in there. But yeah, maybe I can try putting something inside of that pinhole to tighten it up a little bit. You can't put anything on the pin because it's spring loaded and it pulls out. And if you made the pin bigger, it won't fit through the hole trying to pull it out. So you wouldn't actually be able to get it out of there. I think that's fine. There's enough rattles in this truck that, I mean, this is 99% better than it was. Yeah, I just figured I'd show you the final fire extinguisher mount. But yeah, it's above the level of the bed rail, and it's behind the plane of the high lift jack there. One of the products we make is a high lift jack mount. It screws into the threads that are in the factory roll bar and then gives you a wing nut and a stud here to put your high lift jack post onto, and then you tighten that down, and then I'll just be making a bracket that'll hopefully be above the level of the bed rail and make the high lift jack more horizontal rather than all the way down to the floor level. I got to get the plastic panels out. That's probably the next step, is I got to yank these plastic panels out and then hopefully tape them up enough so that I can trace the outline onto a piece of plywood and then get that cut out. So yeah, check out the video description. I'll have links to the brackets and extinguisher I used. It seems like it's a good fit. And as always, thanks for watching.